Hi, my name is Angela Folsom, and this is my presentation for KIN 505, Ethical Leader Presentation. My goal is to be a youth fitness instructor, whether that is working with the city on a sports league or working at an after-school program or a fitness facility that caters to children or minors. I myself have always dealt with obesity, childhood obesity, and as an adult, it fluctuates, trying to do better. I want to be able to help those kids that are battling childhood obesity to try to prevent them from long-term disease states like hypertension, hypercholesterolemia. Just battle it at the beginning, and then they don't have to deal with it later on. Helping them with nutrition, teaching them clean eating, that you can still have delicious tasting snacks that, may have honey as the sweetener. You don't have to have the chips or the candy. And then getting them excited about fitness, getting them excited to participate, seeing how their bodies become stronger and how they feel mentally healthier and happier. And then building camaraderie, just the kids learning to play together, building each other up. If one's having a hard time, teaching these other kids that, you know what, let's go check on Susie. She looks sad, and try to lift her spirits and get her involved. So that way kids can feel like they're important. You want them to feel like they matter, that they know that they are worth something. Leadership styles. So there's transformational and charismatic, which are pretty similar. It's an emotional type of leadership. Communication is key with this. You want to motivate them, encourage them, embracing their creativity. And for this to be effective, it allows kids to be creative. It creates pride within themselves because they can feel proud of what they're doing. And kids may grow up wanting to be leaders and helping other kids because of how they were taught and how I invested in them. I would implement it by making it very enthusiastic, a very exciting, very happy environment, setting goals with the kids and helping them reach them. Nothing too drastic because at first you want these kids to be able to realize that they can do things, and then work gradually up to higher and higher goals. Also learning by observing the kids. How do they react? How do they become more involved? Like what makes them excited? Whether it's little kids, you give them a sticker. Sometimes they get super excited about that. Or if it's, a teenager, high fives, just acknowledging and letting these kids know that as their coach or leader, that you do care and that they are important. Servant leadership. This is one that I have always done when I've been in pharmacy as well as youth groups, focusing on the relationship of the leader and the followers. This is a very people-centered approach, and it's putting the needs of others before your own. Open communication, you want to show compassion or empathy for the group that you're working with. So whether I'm participating in a sport or a game and there's different teams, then I would participate with one team. Halfway through, I would switch, work with the other team to try to get them to see that, oh, she's not just going to yell at us and tell us what to do. She's actually going to do this too. And so they can see the excitement and see how excited I am to be their leader and to help them. Assisting kids who seem to be a little shy, or, just boosting the morale and helping them, shape them so that they can feel more proud of themselves, and take them by the hand almost and, do it with them so that they know that they're not just ignored or that they can just hide in the corner, that, wow, that my leader actually cares about me. The other thing is, as a female, I can show these other females and males that there's no boundaries for a fitness career. If the girls want to become coaches or administration in athletic departments, they can do it. Encourage all of them. Don't let anyone think that they can't do it because they're a boy or a girl, or they're, too tall, too short. You want to encourage them and lead them and say, look, I did this. I know you can do it too. There are ethical dilemmas, unfortunately, that come with working with children. Cheating is a big one. Kids, until they learn right from wrong, will try to do what they can to get ahead of somebody else. Teaching them to be fair and that winning by cheating is actually losing. You're only cheating yourself out of a true win. Explaining to them that it's important to play by the rules because that way everyone's safe and everyone has a fair chance and you can really, really show your capabilities. If I'm working with a group of kids and cheating occurs, whether it's in a sport or a game that they're playing, then I would take those kids and kind of talk to them, step aside, and if it happens again, they're out for the game. They have to sit on the sidelines, they have to watch. And a way to prevent that from happening is at the beginning of the class, giving my expectations. No cheating. If I catch you cheating, you will be pulled out of the activity. Following through so that they know that they can trust me. And if they're going to be poorly behaving and do the cheating, then they're going to have to, unfortunately, sit out because I'm going to follow through with that because I won't allow cheating to occur with the kids I'm working with. Sportsmanship. This is important too because as kids grow up, they learn, from what they see. So encouraging good behavior, reminding them no bullying, no rudeness. They want to make sure that there's no negativity being yelled or there's no pushing. You want to have a good sportsmanship with the kids, displaying friendly clapping and cheering, not all the negativity because all that does is bring everybody down and it can kill people's self-esteem. And you really want them to understand that it's not nice to do that because if someone did it to them, how would it make you feel? So you need to explain to the kids that bullying not only, makes the person feel bad, but it makes you look bad too. And people aren't going to like you or trust you or want to be around you if you're being mean to other kids. And then safety. This is a big one too. As a mom, when my kids are participating in programs, I'm trusting the coach or the leader to be taking care of my children. So I take that as a huge responsibility to keep everybody safe. So if we're in a group and they're playing a sport and someone comes in, another coach or leader and wants to talk to me, then I stop what the kids are doing. Stop, make sure no one's actively playing, tell the person, I can't talk right now, I'm clearly with kids. That way I'm not focusing on having a conversation with someone and over here kids are getting hurt. I don't want that. So tell the person I can't talk to them, then go back to working with the kids, ensuring that everyone is safe. Also, another problem with this day and age is personal space. Explaining that you can give each other a high five. You can do elbow to elbow. Try not to be hugging. You don't want to be in each other's personal space because that can lead to misunderstandings or accusations that you don't want to have happen. And for example, if I'm with a small group of kids, as a female, we're nurturing and we're comforting and we hug most of the time. But as their leader, I wouldn't. Maybe if their parents were there and they wanted to hug goodbye, that's fine. But there won't be any excessive touching because there's so many problems with people being accused of, inappropriate touching or inappropriate gestures. And it's just not safe for anyone involved, whether it's the kids or the leader. There's 3 verses that I want to read. The first one is 1 Corinthians 12, 4-6. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them and in everyone, it is the same God at work. This reminds me how no matter what type of leadership style you may have, you can still work as a steward for Christ. Show compassion and love for one another and not tearing people down. You want to be a good ethical, moral leader to have someone look up to you and to strive to be like that. Philippians 2:3. This one is definitely reminding me of servant leadership. Philippians 2:3. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves. This is not putting your needs first, putting others first, helping them, push them to be better, push them to be greater, not keeping them from doing what they could. And then Proverbs 22:6. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. Instill in these kids like the good values, building each other up, no bullying, no cheating, embracing, the good attitude, helping each other to persevere. You want them to understand that even if someone else is acting up or someone's being mean to them, they're a better person than that. And even as they grow up, they'll still remember how to act and to be loving and caring. And in a lot of places, you can't preach about God or you can't, bring up the Bible, but you yourself can be an example of Christ, loving, caring, and teaching these kids right from wrong. Thank you.